Hi, welcome to Annie's. I'm Colleen Shawn, a Copic Regional Certification Instructor and co-author of the Copic Coloring Guide series. Today I'd like to share with you a little sneak peek on coloring hair, one of the many techniques that we cover in the upcoming Level 3 Copic Coloring Guide series, Coloring People. When coloring hair, there are 5 rules to follow. The first rule is to identify the halo. Everyone's got one. It's that area around your head that the highlights are going to be in. So if you think of a crown or a hat sitting on your head, that's where your halo is going to be. Rule number 2, always color in the direction of the hair. Color from the crown down and the tips up, always towards that halo. Rule number 3 is always use the flicking motion when applying ink. We covered a tutorial in the first original Copic Coloring Guide series book on flicking. Rule number 4, be aware of your shadows. There's always going to be shadows underneath the hair, along the top of the head near the crown, and along the back of the head. Rule number 5, be aware that hair casts a shadow. Your hair is going to cast a shadow along your face, along your neckline, and possibly along your shoulders. Now that we know those 5 general rules or guidelines, let's apply them to an image. You'll find this image and the other tutorial images on the included CD in Book 3. Now the first thing that you want to do, the first rule, is finding that halo. And on this image, the halo is going to be right about here. So that's the area of highlight. Then we're going to go ahead and base all of the hair with your lightest color. And here I'm using E41. Just quickly give it an overall base coat. And then I'm going to go into rule number 2, always coloring in the direction of the hair growth. And so I'm starting at the crown and I'm coloring down towards my highlight and coloring from the tips up towards my highlight using those flicks, which is rule number 3. Notice rule number 4, underneath her hair along her neckline is going to be shadowed, so that's going to be much darker. And continue flicking from the tips up towards the halo and the crown down. Coming in with my darkest color, doing the same thing, and you'll notice those flicks are just a little bit shorter and really darkening up that hair. You want your flicks a little bit uneven to create that texture. And you'll notice that the crown and the tips are a little bit darker, and you've got the highlighted halo area in the center. I'm going to come in with an even darker color and just darken up that area underneath the hairline and along the ear and possibly along the crown, just to darken up those areas. Now the last rule, rule number 5, is hair will cast a shadow. So on this image, the hair is actually going to cast a shadow along the face here. Now, if you have a larger image, for example, this image, the hair's a little bit longer, so you've got the cast shadow along the face line, and you'll notice it's very subtle. And because the hair's a little bit longer, it's also going to cast a shadow along the neck and possibly along the clothing. So there you have it, the 5 general rules for coloring hair. If you'd like to learn more about coloring hair or coloring people images, make sure to check out the upcoming Level 3 book in the Copic Coloring Guide series, Coloring People. Thanks for stopping in. Go out and color your world.